These are places that their raison d'etre, their mission statement was a higher education, an enlightened education, ability to look at things from a broader perspective, from an expansive point of view, a vantage point that is not narrow, it's not indoctrinated, it's not influenced by the city or home you grew up in. And what we're seeing is today that the most narrow minded places that simply do not tolerate diversity, never mind places that are saturated with such bigotry and no problem to lie. And the
Mm.
first basic premise of education, of enlightenment, is what? Curiosity,
Mm.
inquisitiveness. Find out the facts. Think about the facts. Explore. Explore. Just explore. Don't reach conclusions. It's gone. It's out the window. The foundational premise is Israelis are Nazis. Hamas are the righteous people. And the ability for young people, for professors, for presidents of universities, for 32 universities in the United States of America, to have enlightened students who are such educated, sophisticated people, not to be able to look you in the eye and say, this is evil. To slit the throat of a baby is evil. It's evil. Just context. Wow. So when I was growing up, the Lubavitcher Rebbe, I would say, would mock the glorification of university. Now, he himself went to university. He studied in Berlin till the rise of Hitler. He was in Berlin from 1928 till 1933. Then he left to Paris, and he was in Paris till 1941.
He
He
did
studied
engineering,
there.
right?
Engineering, mathematics, engineering, and I think some other fields in science, and he would speak about university, and you know the myth that so many Jews felt that to be a mensch, if you want to make sure that your son or daughter will be a mensch, a real mensch, not just an old shtetl, verknukt, archaic, verhackte, middle-aged Jew from the Dark Ages who's primitive and clueless and just, I don't know. You want to be a mensch, you want to be integrated. And the Rebbe would speak about it with such disdain. And I have to say, there were many who didn't understand because the Rebbe was a very sophisticated person. Everybody knew it. Sometimes you have a rabbi who's very narrow-minded and very parochial. Okay. But the Rebbe was not that person. He could meet presidents and leaders and journalists and essayists and scientists. He was at home in the world of physics and mathematics and psychology and biology and cosmology and astronomy and engineering, biology, medicine. You saw that he knew his stuff, as they say in America, they say in English. And yet he had this disdain. It was hard for some people to understand. Today, when I look around, I'm like, wow. People are spending $100,000 a year or $80,000 a year to send their children to places where they may come back and not know the difference between Winston Churchill and Adolf Hitler. Not know the difference between Osama bin Laden, Yasser Arafat, the Ayatollahs of Iran, the murderers of Hamas and Hezbollah, and a Jewish child whose only crime is that he has Jewish blood flowing through his sinews. We don't know the difference. There's just two sides, and everybody is frustrated. That's what I'm paying $400,000 over 4 years to send my kids to be indoctrinated by such horrific insanity? And I tell Jewish philanthropists who have done well since the Holocaust, have invested and poured tens of millions of dollars into universities because as Jews, we believe in education, right? We believe in Shinantam Levanecha. We believe in education. That's our thing. Education, the people of the book. Wow, maybe it's time to put that money into our schools.